Oh, that's frustrating. Hello, everybody. Now you can hear and see me. Once again, the button was blue. It told me that I clicked. I've been sitting here just talking to myself for the past 7 minutes, thinking that we were live. So let's pretend you guys heard some nice, chill, stream is about to start music. And then that went on for a couple minutes. And then I came in and said, "What up, everybody? Welcome to Late Night Live number 166. Where was I? I was right here. But apparently when I clicked the Go Live button, it turned blue, but it didn't actually activate. Now it is activated, so we are live. And I kept saying, I feel like something's wrong, because it was too quiet. So I loaded the stream on my phone, and lo and behold, I wasn't actually live. So is that the second or third time that that's happened? I know once it happened like really bad, where I was just chilling, streaming on my own for a long time and had no idea. Didn't clue into the fact that we didn't start. But today, yeah, whoops. Yeah, I was just warming up, doing all of these, chatting to myself. Oh, funny. Well, yeah, and then Ojaswini, when you said, "Hey, Mike," I thought, oh, Ojaswini was just a little late, and she is just saying hi to me and everything's working. Nope. Anyways, we're live now. What I mentioned in the beginning, first I said, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day, morning, night, afternoon, evening, whatever time it is for you. I hope you're having a good one. Today we are going to be working on some signatures by S.E. Barto. Not any specific ones. Today I compiled a PDF with over 170 signatures by S.E. Barto, and some of them are super chill, some of them are pretty unique. None of them are super complex, which I like. They're all card writing signatures. If you want to check out that PDF, there's a link in the description of this video, or if you're a member of the CREATRIUM, in OP Resources, there's a link in there as well if you want to check them out. If you download that or look at that PDF, if there's specific signatures you want me to take a swing at, let me know. I have it loaded up here. I'll do what I normally do, and it'll be play the signature we're working on the screen like we normally do. But I'm just going to warm up quick and then do the word of the day, and then we'll dive into Barto. What's going on, Skeet? Hello, GB4. And hello, Limmer. I did say hello to you, Limmer. You were the first person that I said hello to, because you were in the chat super early. I was just chilling, writing. Because, I don't want to think, oh, there's nobody watching my stream. I'll stop and wait until somebody's here. I mean, I'm not against streaming to nobody. So I was just chatting away, doing my thing, assuming all was well. That's what Ojaswini does. Ooh, Eldon, can I teach Spencerian numbers? Potentially later. I'm gonna work on some signatures today. Let's see, what else did I talk about before anybody was here? I did talk about that these hairlines were exceptionally fine, and I hope everybody could see them. What's going on, Walker? Welcome, welcome. Hello, Lene. All the chat. If anybody's just joining, be sure to grab the PDF, if you haven't already, of Barto's signatures. The link is in the description of this video, or, like I said, in OP Resources on the CREATRIUM. If there are any particular specific signatures that you're impressed by, or you want us to take a swing at, let me know. Barto uses some really cool entry flourishes that are not at all common, which I think is really neat. The whatium? There's a Discord? Yes, Linnae, as always, there is a Discord. It is called the CREATRIUM. It's right there. It is where penmanship lives on the internet. Ooh, is that the slogan? Where penmanship lives on the internet? I don't know. Do we have a slogan? The CREATRIUM, where penmanship lives on the internet. That seems... Is that cocky? That seems cocky. There are other places that penmanship live as well. But maybe we need a CREATRIUM slogan. I'm not mad at it. Is there a more eloquent way of saying it? Come on, give me an upstroke. Whoops. Where ornamental penmanship lives on the internet. See, that feels very wordy. I mean, that's a more specific, that is catered more to what the CREATRIUM is technically, I suppose. But it feels a little, I mean, ornamental penmanship is rather long on its own. Penmanship is long on its own. Where slackers talk penmanship. I like that one. Home with a slacker table. I mean, that's another one. That nothing to do with penmanship. But like, the CREATRIUM is the home of the slacker table. It's very true. What's going on, Michelle? Eldon. How flat should the back of the hand be to the paper? And is the grip supposed to mimic the angle of the oblique holder? So your hand should be relaxed. As far as, I think every penman was slightly different, but if you look here, we can get, I would say my grip would be like so. My hand isn't completely 100% up to the top, but it is pretty close, versus what I would consider a more modern grip is something like this. This is resting your hand on the side. This is how most people today write. This is how I write. I'm basically on the very side of my pinky finger is what I'm resting on. I hope that helps. The Wardonian method. Wardrian. Why do you feel frustrated, Walker? Why frustrated? What is the word of the day today? I didn't look on the CREATRIUM earlier. Merriam-Webster. Excuse me. Today's word is... Today is September... I gotta fast forward. Not fast forward. September 5th. September 6th. What's today? September 9th already. Whoa, time is flying. I need time to slow down. Insinuate. Ooh, that's a good word. Because it's very perfect. Yeah, Mills was very perfect. But don't be frustrated. I feel like the more frustrated you get, the less perfect your writing's gonna be, no? Gotta be relaxed. Gotta be at ease, I would guess. I know we're all different. There's gotta be some non-perfect Mills work out there. Maybe he was just very, very selective in what he let leave his table or his desk. I mean, it's possible. I know lots of penmen that if things aren't perfect, it doesn't get seen by people. I wouldn't consider that super uncommon. Those hairlines showing? Yeah, they are showing up. Okay, good. They're very light. Oh, Palmer had quite a bit of sloppy work. Yep. I mean, to be quite honest, they all did. They were all human. They all had not perfect work at different stages in their penmanship journey. Some more than others, obviously. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the key. They weren't human. This nib has one sharp corner, but I'm gonna just kind of let it slide and see if I can get away with it. It's one really sharp spot that I feel it every time it touches. I mean, I don't think a lot of penmen... You're absolutely correct. Palmer most certainly didn't achieve Mills's level. But also, I don't think that... I mean, Palmer was a businessman. That was... I don't believe... I would assume that wasn't his goal. I don't assume that's what he put his energy into as much. Alright. Insinuate. Such a good word. Insinuate. There's a lot of... In Bartow's signatures, there's a lot of interesting... a lot of the connections are pretty... He had some go-to connections that were quite interesting. He had some entry flourishes that I've never seen before. I mean, apart from in his signatures. But I haven't done a ton of study in his work, so I don't know his style all that well, if I'm being honest. see if I can burnish that nibbed little bit that's catching the paper, because that's... making things a little tricky. Let's see what we can see here. He does a C. It's a bunch of times in the PDF that I thought was neat. It's like a cent symbol, which seems to be unique to him. I don't believe I've seen it anywhere else, but I could be mistaken. I knew there was a bunch in the American Penman, but I'd never really gone through and looked at them all. I didn't realize how many. 173 pages of most are full pages of signatures. Probably around 2,000 or so signatures in there. Why don't I have hairlines with this? Yeah. I might have to prep a new one. Perhaps. I don't understand why it's not writing. There's quite a few pages of Barto signatures, or business penmanship signatures as well, in the American Penman that are not a part of this PDF. I specifically stuck to combination signatures for this specific PDF. Combination signatures of ornamental penmanship, we'll say that. There is one page... Well, I know there's at least one page that has some ornamental, some business penmanship. And there's one page that is what they would have called artistic. So it's not super ornamental or super ornate, but just like lightly shaded, but still shaded. So I included them in the compilation. Sorry, just smoothing out this nib real quick to see if get rid of that one spot that's not writing nice, and to see the upstroke hairline is slightly too fine. See how that feels. Fingers crossed. That's a little better. More visible for the stream. You found one, Lene. All right, Lene, you let me know. What signature are we doing first? You call it out. S.E. Barto. First page, third row from the bottom, far left. L.M. Oh, L.M. St. John? Is that what that says? First I thought the T was a... It's not a W. That's St. John. I thought it was a W at first, though. You could fool somebody and do one. You could put some shades in there and make that a W. Berensmeyer-esque, using the shade of the S to also be the shade of the W. Okay. Here we go. When I first looked at it, I read it as a W, but no, that's a lowercase t. Instead of John. It's LMSW John. No, LM St. John. Alright, we got page number 1. And then we're doing L, for those who don't have the PDF loaded, that's the one we're gonna do. I like the M into the S. I never end my M's on the baseline like that, so it's... Where did he go? Oh, up to that S, right. Ooh, I never do that variation of the J. I like that. Barto uses it a lot in these signatures, so I need to get used to it. I also like how his J exit stroke, or the upstroke of the descender, matches the T exit stroke very, very nicely. I wonder if that was on purpose or if that just kind of happened. Yeah, that J feels very foreign to me. What I like about a lot of these signatures is they're not like, I mean, this isn't obviously exactly like how he did it, but none of them are crazy complicated or tricky or difficult. They are just quick card signatures and they're unique. This is probably the best like signature inspiration PDF I may have ever put together so far. For people who are looking for some ideas. Hello, Kathy and Steve. Welcome, welcome. See, one thing I have to not do is my own habit is to keep this stays too low, but I need my M to come in there, so I do need that entry oval to be up higher. Hello, Reza. Welcome, welcome. All right. Let's keep the L entry stroke up a little higher. Didn't really succeed. If anybody just got here and is curious what we're up to, we're working on signatures from S.E. Barto that were published in the American Penman from I believe volume 35 all the way to 55 they were posted. I didn't see any full pages of signatures from Barto before volume 31, but I could be mistaken. But I can always add to or take away from the collection if I find I've missed some. My S doesn't look quite right. Oh, I'm doing my S very different than his. I do a quite large loop, but he has... It's not completely sharp up here, and it's a little loop. Okay. Try one more, then we'll go into a new signature here. Something a little bit more like that. Fun. All right. I'm gonna go to Limmer's suggestion now. Limmer says, page 31, first line, J.H. Vincent. All right, let's go to page 31. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I can't scroll quite that fast with it set up on the stream. Sorry, I gotta go through slowly. Where are we at? 28, 29, 30, 31. First line, J.H. I was looking at this H earlier today. He uses this a couple times, just the H with no entry at all. Is it also this page that he has one? Yeah, this one too. I noticed this, what is that, G.H. Guillory? Oh, I'm not using a PDF viewer. I'm using the actual images. With a PDF viewer, it's just a lot, it's not as easy to like quickly zoom around and move things around for the stream. So I have the specific images, or I just have a folder of pictures that I have to go through one at a time. When I'm personally studying and I use the PDF, then I can quickly scroll just with my mouse wheel or use, or enter in the page number. But for this one, the mouse wheel allows me to zoom in really quickly so you guys can see what we're looking at. Oh, Reza, sorry, I speak really fast. I wonder if the AI has trouble with my fast speaking. All right. J.H. Vincent. It's interesting, the little extra line he has on the entry stroke of the J. Yeah, there's like a little... There's a lot of jargon in Late Night Live. Oh, and it sneeze. Excuse me. That's not the best J in the world, but we're gonna leave it for now. Then we have an H without... Oh, my J, this has to be higher. So the H isn't crossed by that. They also have to be a little bit farther apart. Go out to there, and he doesn't have this crossed like this, so that he can go and cross that way. All right. So that J entry... I gotta go up higher, or start higher, I guess. Little accent shade on this loop. I might have gone a little too high. And I slowed down. Yeah, because we want this loop coming around to be above the J entry. If we're being really specific, which we don't have to be really specific. I'm gonna do the lowercase letters just so I know how big to make this. Ugly oval there. Okay, so this has to be not nearly as high. So it can come around. Yeah, okay. And then we add in that little at the beginning, which is fascinating. He has a few signatures that actually utilize that line to do other things in this PDF. Not this one though, it just seems to be a little style element. And it's not cheating. They don't have to be connected to things. Whoa. Fix that stroke. Upside down H stroke. I don't even know what you're talking about. Let me find Atkins here. Ah, this one. So he uses this entry on this E. We'll do probably a bunch of those today. He uses this entry, the slice, a number of times in this PDF, and it's neat. I like it. I think it's cool. Do you mean because he takes the H from the top down to the baseline? A lot of penmen did them that way, if that is what you're talking about. I think that was actually more common than pushing from the baseline out, depending. No such thing as off when it comes to signatures. This is just design. It could be something you don't like, but that's my favorite thing about signatures and design in general. There's no such thing as wrong. There's just what some people like and what other people like. I should also mention, I'm not specifically trying to replicate, like I'm not worrying about seeing if my lowercase letters look exactly like his. More so, we're replicating the signatures layout. I'm just writing it in my own natural way of writing today. We're not trying to look exactly like Mr. Vincent. We should try that Atkins signature though, since we're on this page. Well, these were all engraved from his writing. But for signatures like this isn't directly from pen. This has been engraved from his writing. There is a possibility that it has been tweaked or fixed, but I don't believe so. I would say most of this signatures that look like this is basically how they came out of the pen. The hairlines are probably darker the way they are here because it's print. But I would not be surprised if the originals of all of these signatures looked very similar to what you're seeing here. And they would have been, I would assume, written the size of, like, name card size. So I don't think they're the ones that were shrunk or anything like that either. Okay, so he's going sha-ha and over. And then he goes up and over. Oh, that's so weird. Oh, and he takes that to the baseline. That's something I have to work on. Oh, I like that this H has to go far enough before the A so that that's what crosses the T. Wait, no, that's not what crosses the T. He crosses the K to represent crossing the T. That would mess with a lot of people in modern times. I would get a lot of emails saying, you crossed the wrong letter. If I did that. Oh, retouching is a big thing. Especially when, for people's books and stuff like that. For things that were... I was gonna say for things that were published. These were published in a magazine, but not like a book. It's selling a lot of copies and needing to be perfect. But there's a possibility that these were tweaked and perfected, but not to the extent of what you see in, like, when we consider an engraved plate, like super perfected, super exactly perfect. These people would submit samples of writing, and then they would photo engrave them onto or into plates like this. Every once in a while, things would be tweaked, mainly just tiny little things though, not perfected. Like you can see, you'll see still wonky ovals or ovals that are in different angles. They're not perfected. Where that's what you see in, like, New Spencerian Compendium, for example. All those plates were engraved by an engraver, which those are then perfected and super cleaned up. Photo engraving for print like this, very different. For, like, mills, for example, for the perfected plates to go into a book, that would have been, usually they would write them larger, and then they would use, like, whiteout and things like that and retouching to perfect them, and then they would be engraved the same as these ones here, but they would perfect the originals before having them engraved. The main body of the letter T, the capital T. The main body would that's just the capital stem. Either variation like so, or like so. Just a capital T and then crossed on top. But yeah, the body is just a stem. Here's the T that Zaner used all the time. Oh no, what's the T that Zaner used a lot? This one. I have a soft spot for stem strokes that have this little shade in them. I'm quite a fan. I think that's why I like that first signature that we did, that variation of the capital S that he used for that one. That little one. I like that quite a bit. No, Limmer, that's different. That's a different kind of engraving. Not very many penmanship books, like business penmanship books, where it's not that kind of engraving. They're photo engraved. It's like basically a photocopy that is machine engraved into a metal plate so that it can be printed. When a plate is done by an engraver, that's a different kind of engraving. When it's getting engraved into a metal plate, that's where like Bickham and like the Universal Penman and things like that. That style of printing, very, very different. Engraving in copper plates and stuff like that. But I would wager that there are very few business penmanship books that were hand engraved or engraved by people. They're from the pen. Way more so than something that was engraved by a person. Yeah, hand engraved and photo engraved. 90%, if not more, of penmanship, ornamental penmanship, business penmanship, anything that comes out of like the Zanarian, American Penman, Penman's Art Journal, all that stuff, photo engraved. So what you see for those, if they were perfected, do I have a good example? Let me try to find an image real quick to show some perfected work. Give me 2 seconds. Where are some good ones? The Healy collection that's in Scranton has quite a few pieces that you can see the like whiteout and stuff like that was used. Give me 1 sec. Can't remember specific pieces that have X's. Which are the ones I'm thinking of? Anybody in the chat have a perfected piece off in there? I can visualize the whiteout on some pieces, and I can't remember specifically which ones they are or where they are in my collection digitally. Give me a sec. We're looking. We'll find something here. I can't remember. Where's the bared one from, Walker? Do you know? There are ones in the Henning collection, aren't there? Wait, Scrapbook C from Healy's collection has some, I'm pretty sure. Come on. Sorry, I know this is riveting entertainment. I just want to find a good example here. I'm pretty sure it was in Scrapbook C that I can remember seeing one. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so here's an example. If we look at this X, so you can see, if we zoom in right in here, so this, what you see here, this like, it's dirty now, that would have been like whiteout essentially, so that wouldn't have shown through on the print. So they would have done this thing, it would have been photo engraved exactly what you see here, but they probably had that line got a little too thick on top, so they thinned out the top of that line with whiteout. You can see same here, same on this M. It's funny in this example, and it shows it really well because it comes out really dark, but this would have been, that's just whatever chemical they used for the whiteout is just not white anymore. So this line here, this line, and then perfecting all the right and left side of that third M shade, that's the kind of tweaking that like Mills probably would have done for some of the stuff for his books, for things that were needed to be published. You can see inside there, they would clean up things like that. Versus if you gave something to a hand engraver, then they're perfecting every oval, every curve, every line is being perfected by the smoothness of the engraver pushing into the metal. But as far as shape and things like that, a lot of what you get in the American Penman that we're looking at today were photo engraved. It's almost how they came out of the pen. There are a couple examples where like the originals, like say in Ornamental Penmanship, there's not usually gaps at the baseline like there would be in some engrosser script examples. If you see the originals, there might be gaps, but then in the print plate, or in the print block, those gaps they're not there anymore. So they might have gone in afterwards or on the clear piece of photo engraving film, or whatever they're using to get to make the negative. They probably wrote on that with a black ink to fix and tweak those issues. Hello, Calligraphia. Very long time no see. How you doing? Okay, back to where we were here. Now I got the wrong thing. I opened up all the wrong folders to find that. Now let's go back to where we were. Where are we here? American Penman. And we were on page... What page were we on? 31? I think? Something like that? Yeah, that's the one. E.H. Atkin is what we were working on. their ability to essentially scan, wasn't digital scanning, but their photo engraving back then, for sort of like the primitive nature of compared to technology we have now, they got really, really good print blocks from originals back in the day. It's very impressive. Oh, hairline? What's going on, Shaq? Nice to see you. Okay, so he goes under, up, over. Then he has to finish on the baseline. I didn't start low enough. Something like that. Just such an interesting entry oval. Like nothing you'd seen before. Start a little lower. Below the baseline. I gotta go way farther this way, I'm realizing. It's a good place to be, Lene. One thing to keep in mind, Limmer, there are a lot of... Basically anything you see, like a lot of the best work, it's really... They used vintage Photoshop on a lot of things. So it's easy to look at books and want to go, but yeah, but they used, like, they cheated or whatever. But there are as many, if not more, examples from scrapbooks of beautiful, perfect, from the pen examples of what's in the books. So, did they, quote-unquote, cheat to make things for print and production? Yes. But could they do it without cheating? Yes, because we have so much proof. I've heard people talk before, like you write, like, oh, but none of them actually did that. They used whiteout and they perfected things and whatnot. But we have countless scrapbooks of, like, flawless work. So they could do it. It's that working harder or smarter, not harder situation, I guess. A little bit. Because we are human after all. Okay, so this line has to come back, like, farther to the left, because this has to cut through. Okay. Come on, Mike. Yay, Atkins. Lots of ads? How? There's been what, one ad so far? Maybe two since we started? What are you talking about, Lene? I mean, they could all write exactly like their books. Four? That doesn't make any sense. Because it tells me every time there's ads, and there haven't been 4 ads. Have you, like, left and come... That doesn't make any sense. There's an ad every 30 minutes. Unless your YouTube's getting something weird. Yeah. I think there's something going on with your YouTube, because we haven't had that many ads in the stream. Okay, where are we going next? Anybody got another one? If anybody's just joining us, grab the PDF in the description below to see the 170, I believe 3 pages that we are referencing today. Signatures. I'm gonna try this one, P.H. Wilson, just for fun. So many pages of really, really cool signatures. Wait. Oh, he has an extra loop in there. Whoopsies. Too far apart on the H. Whoopsies. What's going on, James? James! Whoa! James veganized. Lurker James is using a different YouTube account than normal? Veganized is not usually there on Lurker James's account. Also, fun fact, Lurker James, I believe, was the first person to ever draw my attention to these SC Barto signatures a long time ago. If memory serves, he was the one who told me about them long time ago. There we go. Oh, that's a troll account. Got you. J and H Ritter on page 33. We'll check it out. Page 33. Whoop. Where are we on? Page 31, 32, 33. Ooh, right in the middle. Like, there are so many signatures in this compilation. So many. There's a lot of cool ideas that I genuinely have never seen before. Like, I knew these signatures were here, but I've never dedicated much time or attention to them. Which I'm sad for now, because they're all so cool. And just quick. They look like these are just quick, off the cuff, get them done. Some of the pages are part of actual lessons. Like you can see, page 1, I believe, says 8th. It's the 8th part of a series of lessons, but the rest of the series isn't a full page of signatures, so they're not included in this compilation. But there's so many. Okay. Ooh, that's a loopy beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right, now let's smooth that out a little bit. So this is going all the way through. That one's good. This has to be on an angle, which is always weird for me whenever they do ovals that aren't horizontal. And a signature throws me off. Then we come down and up. Come down. Shade that a little bit lower. To come here. To come up and around. Okay. And this actually cuts through this shade because this shade goes below the baseline. Okay. Too slow. Oh, none of these are connected. I am smooling. We'll check it out. I'll get this J a little bit nicer. Oh, there's another ad coming up. The second, I believe, so far. For everybody else. Okay, why is it so weird to keep this on a baseline? What am I doing here? Just gonna start lower. That's better. Why are my hairlines so bad on the upstrokes? This nib needs replacing, I think. Oh, he goes way up to there. Shaded too high. Not on the baseline. Just working on signatures, no busier than normal, really, I suppose. What's going on, Stroke Art? Nice to see you. I'm glad your alarm worked as well, Calligraphius. You can join us. It's nice to have you here. I feel like it might look more intense than it is. Ooh, check out this A. Not often do you see a A variation like that used in ornamental penmanship signatures. I like that. LA Premiere. Interesting. Okay, where are we going here? We said page 38. Is that what it was? 38. And it was... LM Smooling. Oh, I am Smooling. I'm smiling. Did you type Smooling when you asked for that one? Why is Smooling in my head? I'm gonna scroll up. Page 38. Where did you say that? Yeah, I am Smooling. That's an I. I am smiling. That's cute. I like Smooling though. We're probably gonna just make it I am Smooling for fun. I'm so happy I can't stop Smooling. Smool. Okay. Easy peasy, non-connected eye. Now, I have to make it a lot more rounder on the bottom than that. A stops up there. Very, well, I made that too compound curvy, but very compound curvy connection to go into a stem. That's a neat connection. It's gotta go to there. Okay. It's a very smoothly connection. What am I doing? Calligraphy, these signatures were printed in the American Penman. Earlier today, I compiled a PDF of 170, I believe, 3 pages of signatures by S.E. Barto. Is it 172? Sorry, I lied. And there's about 2,000 signatures in it. There's a link in the description if you want to download it. And that's how everybody's calling out the ones they want us to try. Yeah, you can grab the PDF in the description. It's free, obviously. Also, for anybody who doesn't know that's joining in, isn't on the Discord, because I haven't made outside of the Discord notification of it for anybody or post about it. If you're a fan of the new Spencerian Compendium, we have a new high-resolution scan of the new Spencerian Compendium that you can find also in the CREATRIUM or on my website in the Penmanship books, on the Penmanship books page. You shouldn't be getting ads. That's interesting. Your YouTube is set to give you all the ads. Because you should, the stream had no ads in that moment. Why are my capital I's so crappy today? I don't assume he stops up there, but... Whoa! That is a rough-shaped... And this has to go all the way around everything. My ovals are all over the place today. We gotta do some... Why are they so bad? Writing in the wrong spot or something? Oh, you know what we didn't do? I'm surprised Shaq didn't, or no, I'm surprised Skeet didn't remind us in the beginning. Hiya! Spin that. Sweet. Also, check this out. I posted about this on the Discord as well, but I'm stoked. Watch. Okay, Google, turn off fan. It's called fan because I don't have a specific dedicated smart plug for these lights yet, so they're taking up the plug that usually plugs in my fan. But now all my shelves have lights now. Okay, Google, turn on fan. Yay! Sorry, that excites me a lot. It's been a to-do list for a long time. That's better. London in the house. A weird signature on page 40. We'll check it out. I'm gonna do this one. I want to get a better swing at this one with better ovals, if I can. Any video game people in here? Anybody play? I haven't played it yet, but I haven't played the original. I want to play both. Any Hollow Knight folks in the house? I know it just blew away the internet. Oof, this is big. Can I reach that far? Dug into the paper. Whoops. What? Oh, now my nib's messed up. Bummer. Oh, wow. Nib is very crossed. I was supposed to cook last night and today, and I didn't, which means tomorrow is I gotta do a ton of cooking tomorrow before all my food goes bad. I don't like cooking. Ugh. Not stellar performance with this one. Oh, I also see why it could look like smoothing, because the first eye seems to have forgot to dot the first eye for some reason. Whoops. Okay, let's check out this weird signature on page 40. I don't mind actual cooking itself. It just takes time where I'd rather be doing other things. So I don't like cooking. So I meal prep and cook all my food at once for a number of days, so I don't have to keep cooking every day. Okay. We're always glad you're here, Cyril. Glad you could join. No such thing as late to the party. People show up when they show up. Alright, page 40. 38, 39, 40. Which one? Every first letter on this page is a W. Cooking time machine would be great. Something finest. Oh, WD finest. But the W is way off the baseline. It's an interesting design choice to put the W way up there. And then, yeah, to shade a different part of the D than is normally shaded. Normally they would shade the stem on that one. Cyril, these signatures are S.E. Barto signatures from the American Penman. There's a link to download the PDF of them in the description if you want to check them out. It is a very unique design. One that starts with a long... Yeah, it's strange putting that W so high off the baseline. I might prep a new nib. You can't even see my hairlines. I'm getting no lines on many of my strokes, which is no good. I guess that's not finest, right? Is that thinnest? WD thinnest? Okay, come on, hand. My hand doesn't want to write anything big today. Doesn't want to stretch. Nope, we gotta go below or above the baseline. Very unusual signature, this one. Oh, his capital D comes way up here. Oh, I guess I brought this pretty high. That's my fault. Obviously, I'm the one writing it. Very unusual. Alright. Let's see if I can find an entry stroke that I don't use. Or a signature that... These ones are really neat. I want to zoom in on these ones so you can see them. Because the signatures are nice, obviously, they're Barto's. But F.O. Pinks did the backgrounds. I think there's 4 or 5 of these pages in a row. And he did all these little caricatures, which are so cute. Hello, Alejandro. Welcome, welcome. They're very, you would assume if I looked at this initially, I would just assume Courtney did these. But yeah, these are FO Pinks. They collaborated on some signature pages. That almost looks like a traffic cone hat. Almost. Look at that P. We're gonna do that one. EP done. That's cool. Smoking a pipe. Maybe that's Michael Saul smoking his pipe. Michael Saul recovering nicely from his surgery the other day. There's a lot of people smoking on this page. Alright, we're gonna do EP Dutton, because that's a cool P. I'm gonna try to write these smaller. I'm writing them too big. Where does he go? Up to the P. And that's just a compound curve. Very cool. To go into the capital D. Which has two, oh, no shade on the first one. We shade the second one. Okay. Oh, okay. And again, if anybody's joined, dive into that PDF, download it, check it out. If there's cool signatures that you want to see us take a swing at, let me know what page they are, which signature they are. Or you can just sit back and watch, and I'll pick some. I haven't looked through all these signatures super carefully. I've just sort of seen some that I know I want to try eventually. Oh, that's so weird coming out of the P and doing a compound curve like that, or into like a figure 8. Alright. It's probably the style element that I have the most trouble forgetting that that's what I'm supposed to do. Is I default to a horizontal exit stroke or exit oval all the time instead of these almost vertical squished ones. Or not squished, but vertical ovals instead of horizontal ones. Always. Actually, as I write those T's, an example of we were talking about earlier when we were saying that they touched up a lot of their stuff and they fixed a lot of their stuff, and yes, they did touch up a ton. But I remember being told, and still today, some people will still, it'll come up in chats or in just random conversations, people will say that it's impossible to do a flat top tee without retouching, which is not. Many of the penmen back in the day retouched, but I genuinely don't think all of them did, because there are publications that say that you don't have to. But there are people that will say it's impossible to not do it. So you can retouch. They did retouch a lot, but it doesn't mean that everything was retouched. All right, now we add this really cool flourish. Just like that. And then, oh, he added a little B on the end there. Hello, hero. Page 48. Let me take one more swing at this one, and then we'll go check out page 48 and see what we got. Is there one on page 48 that you like? I'm assuming there are. Mexico City in the house. Come on. Why is my E shade coming out so weird? Better. I am going to turn my page slightly just to get this shape on the base stroke. There we go. Like so. That's kind of a fun one. My D's a little messed up, but that's all right. Let's go to page 46. What are we on? 42, 43, 44. See, look at all these cool cartoons. 43, or 43, 44, 45, 46. What do we got on for? Swoopy, swoopy, swoopy. Ah, there's a lot of H's on this one. Ooh, I like the quickness of this bottom one. HS car. Interesting accent shade on that little guy. Oh, he kept that going all the way to there. Whoops. See if we can clean that up a little bit. There was an ad, yep. The third, I believe. The third official ad. Lene's probably had like 60 by now, according to her. That's weird putting that shade there. Feels strange. This is a very flat K. HSK. Alright, what do we got on page 79? Hiya. Oh, it's gonna take me a while to get there. I could always close this one and open 79, I suppose. That would be faster. Alright, what do we got? BJ Kingdon. HH Horatio. Whoa. That's kind of fun. Good H practice. You can't get to the CREATRIUM? If you go to thecreatrium.com, with no spaces, obviously, that'll get you in there. I think the way you spelt it was wrong in the chat here, so if you spelt it that way, that wouldn't get you there. This just looks like it'd just be a good drill just to keep continuous H's going this way. Oh, no extra loop. Right. Don't slow down. Don't slow down. Smooth it out. stem shades are too long on this one. Oh, I forgot about my hot chocolate. It's just gonna be chocolate milk now. You're very welcome. Too long. It's a nice shade, but it's too long. H.H. Horatio. Alright, I'm just gonna pick one at random. Hiya! Page 39. Ugh, I don't like these. Pick at random, pick at random. Page 90. Okay, let's pick one from page 90. Oh. B.O. Marquand. We're gonna try that one. Told you I have a sweet spot for shades that end in that little shade on the end. Okay. Whoops. Where does this go? Down here. Okay, now that we're mapped out. Getting those to fit all together is gonna be a fun little challenge. Size wise. Ooh, interesting shade on the M. Down there. I don't believe I've seen that before, specifically. Not that I've noticed anyways. Oh, he has a little shade on that thing this time. Okay, let's make this BC better. Or this BO, I mean. Bring that above here. But no, it has to go lower. Right, because I don't have to finish on the baseline, I can go lower because I have space to bring that over there, right? But not horizontal. We want to keep that angled. Yeah. Cyril, both times you've spelt it in the chat, you've spelt it wrong. Do you see the way I typed it in the chat? It has to... You're spelling it wrong, I'm pretty sure. There's also a link in the description to join the Discord. So you can just click the link in the description of the video, and it'll get you in there. You'll have to make an account and stuff. That's very big, but it turned out all right. Forgot what letter I was supposed to be doing next. Okay, now smaller, because that's massive. Oh shoot. This has to keep going. Wrong target. Again. That's the idea. Forgot once again. Then I'm going into an M. I come out of that O. Right to there. It makes sense. Ooh. Except much more dramatic compound curve. Yeah. That bit. Okay. I think we can get a better flow through all of that now. That one's not too bad. A little funky shape at the bottom of the B there, but quite happy with that one. I gotta say, I like that some of them are dotted, but he doesn't put dots on the end of all his... when I do signatures, I've never been a fan of I know you're supposed to put the dots between each initial. I never really do, unless a customer or a client or whatever asks for it, or if I'm replicating an original and it's in there. But I rarely just myself put the dots there, and I like that a lot of his don't seem to have dots. Yay, kindred spirit. Chocolate milk, gone. Okay, what do we got next? Let's do the same thing. Random page, random page, random page, random page. Page 123. Ooh. Not a full page. What do we got? J.H. Batten. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm looking at. I forgot to close that one before I opened this one. You can see it's a page like so. Has some broad pen on it. J.H. Piano. J.W. Piano. J.U. Front. J.H. Rogas. And J.M. Couture. Let's do J.W. Piano, because why not? I gotta turn my head because I'm not gonna rotate the photo. Okay. Shades comes around here. Oh, comes around here. This all lives inside there. That's tricky. Okay. Something like so. We dotted his eyes so high. Like so. JW Piano. Not bad. Next. If you guys see any like before, I'm just randomly scrolling through and clicking while my scroll wheel is scrolling to pick up random ones. Ooh. He uses this entry stroke quite a bit in these signatures, and I like it. Where he gets like, just does the M, and then when he does the K, he picks it up over here with this little two undercurves, which is kind of neat. And I don't believe I've seen it before anywhere but from him. Oh, forearm stuck to the table. Oh, I should have made that up higher. Unconnected T. Oh, a sender not looped on the H. Not something you see very often. Okay, I think we can... Oh, and an S that goes down below the baseline. That's a neat one. We are on page... I guess I should say what page we're on. Sorry, I didn't mention that. Page 119. If you're following along at home on the PDF. Okay, we gotta fix the ending there a little bit. Using a floating baseline today. More often than not for some reason. Let's refine that a little bit. Here's a perfect example of, again, talking about the retouching stuff. If this was like hand engraved or not sort of from the pen, connections like this would have been fixed. Or like little spaces like that in there that are not ideal would have been fixed. Or like this slight point on the end of this large oval would have been smoothed out. And they're not. That S is so interesting. Finishing below the baseline. Here we go. M.R. Thomas. Mr. Thomas. I like this I.E. Bennett as well. Just because I like the little I. The little business penmanship I with a slight shade. Oh, in the American Penman, there's an alphabet or a page of signatures that are essentially business penmanship signatures, but have slight shaded. He intentionally just added slight shades to business penmanship letter forms, and they look really cool. Okay. Clean the nib real quick. We haven't done that in a while. it's fun. Every time I go through and do a compilation like this, as I'm going through, obviously I see other things. I have to look at almost every page of the publication that I'm pulling these specimens from. So I have a list on my clipboard back there of like different lessons that different penmen did, or there's a series of calograms that like JD Todd did, that spanned a few of the volumes that I have notes of that I want to go compilate, that I want to go make compilations of next. That happens every time I make any compilation of a lesson, or of a, this is less of a lesson and more just examples of things. I take a lot of notes of the other things that are in the journals that I want to compile as well. Okay, let's just get the feel for this first, and then we'll clean it up. Okay. Big thing we gotta get is this needs to swoop more. Okay. Whoopsies. Okay, we gotta get the flow of that E. Long, squished E. That's the idea. That's what we want. Oh, another ad coming. It's been 30 minutes already? Wowzers. Oh. Too wide at the bottom. I keep forgetting. Okay. Rock on. Everybody's very quiet tonight. It's been chill for a while. Or the stream is dead. One or the other. And I'm talking to myself again. It's interesting. Barto didn't use, so far anyways, many T's, lowercase t's. They were crossed above. He did a lot of crossing through. Lurking with Vicks in your nose. Vicks is supposed to go in your mouth, no? I guess Vicks Vapo Rub? Vicks Vapo Nose? Are you under the weather, Lurker James? Aha. There we go. Lurker James is under the weather. Well, get well soon, Lurker James. You're very welcome, Cyril. Ah, thank you very much. I keep forgetting. I need to make a post. It's like, hey, I'm the president. And I haven't done that yet. I keep meaning to. Maybe this week I'll film a, hey, I'm the president. Thumbs up post. Because I should do that. Alright, what do we got next? Let's pick another one. Random scroll, click. Page 169. Oh, these are... Oh, so these ones are... I was humming and hawing about including these or not. They're technically... They're not like combination signatures because they use capitals. A.N. Palmer, G.H. Gaskell, F.B. Courtney. They're not really like superscripted signatures. But I included them because they do have the first name or the first initials. So they are technically signatures. I'm gonna do another one. We're not gonna do this one because these aren't fully OP. Let's scroll up. Click. We got page 51. What's on page 51? Ooh. Oh, that's an interesting... They use all the same entry stroke. And it's a weird one. Look, starting down here. Strange. Whoa, look at that R as well. You. So these all use that same... Ugh, weird. That same entry. That B is crazy with the shade in the middle. I need to try that. That's and the R uses that same thing. Little Q in the middle. Tiny little Q. Do you think these are actual people? Or do you think he just like made up names as he was going when he was making these up? Whoa, I like that one too. Y.W. Pruitt. He used... So this page is all about this entry and P's, B's, and R's that use this little upper loop. Some say shaded, some not. Said a Radnor. President. I have my president's gavel right here. ready to make decisions. Or to lay a smack down. No, no, no. The gavel sits right beside, well, Astro Boy and a Spencerian ink jar or ink bottle. Wow, 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 wow. I don't know what to say in a hi, I'm the president post. I never really script anything when I turn on a camera and talk. I don't really write a script or a speech or anything like that, so I don't really know what to say. And I shouldn't probably sound like a fool, since being president of Iampith is a thing, and I have to be respectable. Okay, HP Bronk. Weird entry. Let's try that entry into the H. It's like a J, but above the baseline. It's curious. It's interesting that he put an exit stroke on the P, but he didn't connect to anything, which is curious. I feel like that's unusual. Takes some getting used to. HP, now this weird B. Oh, strange. We gotta go slow and walk our way through it. A K I want to get used to using a little more often at the end of things. Curious. Not a huge fan of how much space there is between the P and the B in this one, if I'm honest. Whoops. Meshed up. There. I like that better. That's a better attempt. No worries, Cyril. You're good. HP Bronc. Neat. Let's try it as a... It's a neat P. Cool. Add that to my lexicon of potential forms. / entry ovals. Or entry strokes. Alright, what do we got next? Scroll, 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 click. 13. Page 30. Ooh! White on black ones this time. Is that GC? Gilfillan? Gilfillan? It's interesting when he does these like off the, like A.A. Davis. A off the baseline. Ooh, really nice parallel line on that A though. Well done. Oh, I like that. Oh. A lot. Thank you very much, Cyril. The last stream, I think my hand felt better last week. This week my ovals, it's okay, but my ovals, some of my ovals feel a little wonky today. Don't have the same flow. Last week felt pretty on point. I didn't have a ton of time to practice or do a lot of writing this week. So tonight's kind of diving in cold a little bit. Okay, I don't want to try this O. OHP'd. OP'd. I just like the O. Hairline shade in the middle and up. Oh, I didn't finish my H, I'm realizing. Oops. Big old shade at the end. I like that. Oh. What O? Go-to O's are always this one. That's the one that's in all the books always. Then there's reversing that shade. Like so. Or what we did today. Neat. I like that one. Nope. That's the idea. Out of ink. Rookie mistake. So OP'd. Is that if you spent a whole night doing ornamental penmanship? What'd you do last night? I OP'd. I did OP? I OP'd. Like OD? Did you OD? Nah, I OP'd. Sorry. Late night, talking, rambling to myself. I OP'd. Whoa, that's an N? An A.N. Palmer? I would not, I mean, I know A.M. Palmer, so I know they're going, I would not recognize that as an N. I understand how it can be one, but can't say I'm a fan of that one. JG Steele. I like that exit stroke. Whoa, let's do this CJ Newcomb or Newcomb for fun. No exit stroke on the B. Interesting. CJ. Like that little double loop after the J. It happens, life gets in the way. Especially when it's nice out in the summertime. Had to pause there to figure out where I was going. That's a stroke that never feels comfortable for me, that exit stroke. I feel like Blozer did that a fair bit. Back up this way. This needs to be a little longer. Ooh, yawn. Excuse me, sorry. My apologies. What did I do wrong? Okay, this has to stay. Shoot, I was feeling alright. This has to stay on this side of the J so that it doesn't get messy inside like it did. Yeah, okay. Whoops. A big old shade for the end. My stem shades feel like doo-doo today. A little bit. Compared to everything else. Too much space between the C and the J on that one. Hit my range of movement. Need to reset the elbow. He really likes that little tick on his ovals. Okay, let's get our C and our J a little closer together. Better. Need a little more speed to smooth it out, but let's do this JG Steeler since we're here. Or Steel. I don't assume, is there a compound curve on that? No, I don't assume that's an R. It could be, but I feel like it's just JG Steel. Oh, nice. This would be a nice flowy one once you get the hang of it. Oh, too far away. Oh, and that goes all the way over there. Okay. Whoops. You are still spelling it wrong, Cyril. The link is the invitation. You don't need an invitation. The link, thecreatrium.com, is an invitation, and the link in the description of this video is an invitation. You don't actually need an invitation. The link is the invitation. Oof, I can't do an S this big. Okay, we gotta do this again smaller, but this is the idea. Okay, now the whole thing's just too big. And ideally we want this and this to be in the same spot. How do we plan for that to happen? Okay. We need to not travel so far to the right. For that one. That's better. Fun. That's a nice S. Hmm? 2 strokes. That's a very nice S. He really likes this connection a fair bit. Alright, let's check another page. Scroll, click. Here we go. 145. Page 145. Anything exciting on this one? Nothing I find super fun. J.W. Norder. Just a little business penmanship W or business penmanship E chucked in the middle. I enjoy that. P.D. Kaner. I like these with the business penmanship initial in the middle. I'm surprised he didn't connect that G and C. I like that exit flourish. Oh, add. Such a fancy bee. We've done this one a couple times today, but it caught my eye again. Oh, that's not how he did it. Whoopsies. He doesn't do this extra loop. Kind of like that. That one's not on this one, but I'm adding it anyway, cause I like it. Cause I like it. I'll start using that more myself. that bee as well. Too high. Bye! I think that's gonna be it for me. I actually quite like that. I like this bee. That's a fun discovery for today. A bee variation I've never used before. I think that's where we're gonna end the stream today. This one was fun. Again, for anybody who's in here and hasn't grabbed the PDF yet, if you want it, jump in the description of this video or in OP resources on the CREATRIUM and download the 2,000 some odd signatures by S.E. Barto that were printed in the American Penman. Because there's some fun ideas, and none of them are crazy complicated. They're not, I don't find them, or none of them feel like intimidating signatures. A lot of the signatures we dive into, some of the really complicated ones, can be intimidating or confusing. These ones are really quick. I would feel like most of these ones in this entire PDF are just ones that could, like card writing signatures. Really quick, really simple, nothing super precise required, but obviously if you have the precision they look nice as well. But yeah, grab those if you want to join our community where penmanship lives on the internet. Dive into the CREATRIUM, thecreatrium.com. Get your CREATRIUM shirts if you want to represent the CREATRIUM. But yeah, I hope you all had a wonderful time. This was a good one for me. I feel like we might do this again next week because I'm quite liking these signatures, unless I come up with another idea in the week. But make sure that you are falling in love with the process, and don't forget, everybody, that life should be just a bit of silliness, really. Bye-bye. And stream. Hiya.